I'm Diane Marie Collins, and I'm here today with Sharon Brening, an artist who is about to take a really big step. Welcome, Sharon.
Hi, DM.
How are you doing?
Good, thank you.
You are about to have your first museum exhibit at the Pearce Museum in Texas. How important is this?
Oh my goodness, DM. I feel so honored to be showing at this museum. It is a turning point in my career. I have been dreaming of this since I have become an artist, and to have this becoming reality now is just very exciting.
Well, the exhibit is called Traditions Are Alive, and tell me a little bit about the lead piece in this exhibit.
Well, the lead piece in English would be Stories of Navajo Land. The title of the painting is Stories of Dene Bageha, which is Navajo land. It features Mrs. Hardy, who is the great-grandmother of the 4 children that are intently listening to the story she's telling them. She's spinning some of her yarn as she's telling the stories to the children. She will also relay to the children that if they keep these in their mind and in their heart, no matter where they are, if they are off of the reservation, away working in cities, whatever, if they go back to these stories that she has taught them, the little songs with the easy melodies, that the children can always be connected to Navajo land.
And I understand that children are a primary focus for you in this world premiere exhibit. Tell me about that. Why?
Yes, they are. Well, I'll go back just a little bit further. The first painting that I did at the age of 8 happens to be a little native girl in watercolor, and she's got this wonderful little jar on her head. But back to the exhibit, most of these are children, and all I can say, DM, is the children make my heart sing.
Oh, how wonderful. Your technique, explain a little bit about how you go about a painting.
Yes, I'd love to. I start with a fresh canvas or linen. Sometimes I'm painting on panel, but I always sketch everything out directly on my surface first, either in charcoal or with pencil, and then I start painting. My first layer I will paint pretty lightly, just getting all my light tones in and making sure my colors and everything is just the way my composition is what I want. Mm-hmm. And then I will go back in again and start adding some depth to it, adding some darker colors, starting to get my figures to come alive. And then I will go back over it again, just bringing out all the highlights and details.
How wonderful. Now, I understand at the Pearce Museum they have one of your pieces in their permanent collection, and that Charles Pearce, one of the foremost collectors of Western art, actually personally chose it. Tell me about that.
Oh my goodness, I feel so honored. Yes, Mr. Pearce saw Wrestling with Innocence in Southwest Art magazine and decided he really wanted to have this for his collection.
Oh, wow, how exciting. And that was because of the child, is that correct?
I believe so. It features 5-year-old little Comanche boy. He is carrying a coup stick, a prayer fan. His father has braided his hair traditionally in 2 long braids. He's got a little scalp lock, when you look closely at the painting, also hanging down. And his father has applied the war paint, red war paint. So he's got it down his part and across his little cheeks. And his father, after he finished applying the paint, he put his hand on his shoulder and he said, "Now, Aaron, we are Comanche, we are warriors, you must be serious." And he melted my heart.
How wonderful. You are only one of 17 women at the Pearce Museum's permanent collection. They have over 200 pieces. How is that for you?
Oh my goodness, this is another huge step. The Western art field is primarily dominated by males, and now we are finally starting to show up.
And what do you feel from your heart about that when you talk about your paintings?
I am just so proud that we can make it into the world now, into museums, and actually be noted now.
And I understand this isn't your only museum. Is there talks in the work about others?
Yes, I think we are getting one scheduled for 2011 in Oregon.
How wonderful is that? Sharon, thank you for spending time with me today. We are going to remind you to go to Sharon's website, www.sbrenning.com. You can see details there about this exhibit at the Pearce Museum. You can also see some of her wonderful work, any news on her press page, and thank you for joining us today. I'm Diane Marie Collins.